Hi, you're welcome to the Brizy Pro tutorial, and today you're going to be learning three major things, which is one, you're going to learn how to edit page in Brizy. You're going to learn how to edit pages in Brizy, yes. Two, you're going to learn how to update plugins in Brizy, and three, you're going to learn how to upload files for downloads in Brizy. So let's get started. For how to edit pages in Breezy, we're going to focus on three pages, and that is the podcast page, the free stuff page, and the shop page. Now, let's get started with the podcast page. Here we have the podcast page. For you to be able to edit the page in Breezy, you have to visit the page first just like this. We already have a page visited. This is cc.com.ng/podcast. Now, when you visit the site, you find this option, these features right here. And so you want to visit the edit page with Breezy. Yes, edit page with Breezy. So you click on that option, edit page with Breezy, because that's what we want to do. We want to edit the podcast page in Breezy. So it takes us there. Now we are here. So for us to be able to edit this page, um, one you want to have a SoundCloud account because SoundCloud is the only podcast feature really works with for now. So and when you go to the add elements, that's where you're gonna find the SoundCloud feature. Add elements. It's where we have the SoundCloud feature. Now, but before we add the SoundCloud, the podcast we want to add, before we do that, we need to make sure our page is ready for to accept this new podcast. So what we do is because this has been sectioned. It's the columns are podcasts, podcasts in a row. So yeah, three podcasts in a row. So what you want to do is you want to make sure the next section is set up. Now, this is for me. For you, you might want to have four podcasts in a row. You might want to have five, you might want to add six. And for that to happen, because we already have three podcasts in a row, if you want to add five, if you want it to be five in a row, you simply come here, add elements, go to the SoundCloud elements. It's a drag and drop feature, if you remember, drag and drop feature. Every element is drag and drop. So what you do is you come to the SoundCloud element, click on it, hold on to it, drag it, and then drop it on the side. You want to have it on the side. So yes, that's one, which makes it four now. You want to add one more. SoundCloud, click, drag, and drop. Now there are five. That's simple. So this is not what we want to do. I was just trying to make you understand that if you want the each of the five podcasts in a row, this is what you can do. But I am using three columns, so let's work with that for now. I'm gonna delete this. Now you might want to watch and look at how I delete stuff. So you want to delete this elements that I just added to the row. So you come here and then you delete. That's one deleted. You come here and then you delete. Another one deleted. Successful. So yes, this is what we're working with. We're working with three podcasts in a row. Now, this row is a section. This other row is another section. Now, if you want to add another row, what you simply do is click on this feature right here. Okay, this feature is to add a section, add an element, add whatever it is you want to add. So we want to add a new column, a new row, a new column, a new section entirely. So you need to click on that. When you click on this button, it says add a blank block. Yes, you're adding a blank block. Yeah, we have it. A new section entirely. Now, when you get this section, what Brizy does is it naturally gives you two um, two two columns in a row. We have two columns here. Meanwhile, in these other sections, we have three columns in a row. Three columns in a row. But when you add a blank block, which gives you two columns in a row. Now, what you want to do is you want to add another column. You have the column feature right here in Brizy. Yes, column. That's it, column. And then what you want to do is add the third column. Now we have three columns. As you can see, we have three columns. They represent the three new podcasts we want to add to um, the page. Now this is the we're working on the physiological aspect of the page. Now everything is gonna come out nice at the end of the day. It's gonna look like this, but we're getting there gradually. Now I've let me just do a recap. I've been able to show you how you can um, I've been able to show you how you add a column from scratch. You add the column from scratch and then you eventually bring in your element. Now, these are the columns, they are ready for the SoundCloud element. This is the foundation. And now we come to the add element and then we eventually bring in our SoundCloud element. You have to drop it on the dots. Yeah, just like that. Click, drag, and drop. Drop it on the spot. Click, drag, and drop. Now the funny thing about this is even if you don't want to add the columns just as I did, if you just wanna add a new section, add a blank block, if this is how you want it, you can just simply go to the SoundCloud, add what you want to add what you want to add, and without adding a column, just drag the SoundCloud, and then you have the third one. It's pretty much the same. As I said earlier, it's a drag and drop feature. Now, I'm gonna delete all this. I hope you can see how I'm deleting stuff. Yeah, it's how you delete in Breezy. You delete the whole column. And then if you want to delete the whole section, here's where you have a section. Delete. And back to business. Yes, so here we go. These are the three new columns we just added in the podcast page, or we just added to the podcast page. So what you want to do here is you want to bring in your podcast from SoundCloud. So what we do is you have to bring in the link of the podcast and SoundCloud. So this as in we already have a link. I already have a link that I wanna bring in here. So what I do is I'll click on the box and it brings I have this options. This option is saying add the SoundCloud is asking me to add the SoundCloud link right here. That's that. And this option is to change the color. We don't want to go there. This is not relevant. But here is where you're adding your SoundCloud link. So what you do is you simply come here. If you have the link already, just delete this and paste your new link. It will be you observe a sudden change. That means if it changes, if it changes just as it just changed right here, it means that Breezy has recognized your podcast. The link has been recognized and is valid, and it will naturally pull the content you have on the official SoundCloud website. It will naturally pull the content and it will feature right here. As you can see, Cecilia is already popping. We're gonna do the same for the other column. Watch now. We're gonna delete this default link that's right here, and we're gonna add a new link. As you can see, I deleted the link, it went blank. Now we're gonna add a new link and it's gonna recognize it. Paste, that's it, it recognizes it. So that's what Breezy does, that's what the feature does when it recognizes your link. It naturally pulls the content. Same thing here, go to the link section, delete this default link, paste a new link, that's it, recognized. And then we have the podcast. Now, now, um, the podcast is here. So what you might want also want to do is you want to add title to the podcast. So you come here, just as I said, you want to add anything. If there's anything you want to add at all in Breezy, you come to the add elements and then you look for the text option. Here we have text. We want to add text. We want to name this new podcast. So you go to text, click, drag, and drop right below the column that you want to rename. Text, click, drag, then drop right below the column you want to rename. Text, drag, and drop. It's just as simple as that. Now you're gonna edit this, change the name to, for example, um, okay, let's see, lawyer. Let's say bridging the gap. Bridge the gap. So just we're going to follow the settings of the text that have been used here. We have it centered, so we come to the text alignment center. We have it bold, and yeah, that's it basically. For font, you want to change the font, come to the text section, click on the big T, and then you have that. Click on the big T, gives you the kind of font you want, so you can always play around with the fonts. Select the kind of font you want, select the size, change the size, reduce the sizes. You know, if you want it to be normal, if you want it to be teen, if you want it to be a yeah, you just play around with the text. This is where you can play around with text. So that's that for the podcast page. So so when you're done editing, if you're satisfied with the text, the font, the color, And if you're satisfied with the, oh yeah, one other thing, when you add a section, you will notice the background of this section is a white background. Meanwhile, we have the background color here, which looks like a hash, off-white, cream kind of color, a darker color. Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to go to the option for the, this is a section option. This is where you have the feature that allows you to manipulate or edit the whole section. This feature allows you to edit just the column, but this allows you to edit the whole section. So when you come here, naturally, once you put the cursor on any of the options, it's gonna tell you what this is for. This is for the block. This is for a background. You want to add a picture or a video to the background, and this is for colors. Now you want to change the color, so what you simply do is play around with any of this. Yeah. So yeah, you have that, and now you can see, as you can see, the RAM now. See, it was white before, but now it's uniform. We have a new podcast, and if you want to adjust the height, the margin, this is where you can also edit the margin. Just highlight the space and then drag it up. Yeah, so have something like this. So however you want it, just do it. So yourself satisfied. Once you're satisfied, you click on update. It's updating now. Yeah, and when you do that, you want to preview the page to see what you've done, if it's looking good in the front end. So, because this is what we call the back end. You go to the front end where your users are gonna feel the experience. So now we are on the front end and we want to see what we've done. This is what we've done. So when you click on the podcast, here we go. It's working. It works fine. So that's that. That's that. We're done with the podcast. Now we're gonna go into the free stuff. We want to edit this page, the free downloads, the free stuff where you're gonna have files for downloads for your users. So you visit the page. When you visit the free stuff page, you're gonna come here, as I said earlier, just as we did on the podcast page. So you click on edit page with Brizy. Don't forget, edit page with Brizy. You click on that. It takes us right to the back end. Yes, you're officially welcome to the back end. So we want to edit this. I think the network is kind of slow, so it's not loading the images the way it should. But yeah, we'll be fine. Let's go ahead. So we want to edit this page. We want to add new stuff for downloads. So if you remember what I told you when we started this tutorial, I said if you want to add anything to your page, it's a drag and drop situation. So you simply go to the elements, add elements. We want to add here, basically what you need is your photo, and your button, and then the title. These are the basic things you need on this page for your downloads. You need the button, this is a button for download. You need the title of the file you want them to download. And you need a picture that depicts or illustrates what it is you want them to download. So it's what we need here. So what we do is, you add a new section, or you delete this column because we just have one file here. So since we have just one file here, we want it to be three. Remember, three columns in a row. So go to add element. For the image element, drag, drop. As you can see, it's coming out nice. Now this column is blank. So what we do is we delete this column. Yes. And then go to the add element. For the image element, drag and drop by the side. That simple. Coming out nice, isn't it? So we have the image we have the images, the image option in each columns already. What we want to add now, we want to add the text, we want to add the button, and also we want to add the link. So for the name, we need a text. So drag, drop, drag, drop. The button is right here. So you drag, drop, drag, and drop. So since the button is showing a default, it has a default name called button, you want to change the text of the button. So you simply you click on it and then type download. Same thing here. Click on it, type download. Cool. We need this to be just a sentence. Yep, we have that. We need the text to be centered, text alignment center, text alignment center. It says, this is the title we have for this. So, as I said, if you want to play around with the text, you want to play with the text, come right here, change the text style, font rather, and you want it to be bold. Yeah, same thing here, bold. I'm satisfied with this. This is just a dummy page. We don't know. And as you can see, the colors for the button are not for the buttons um, are not are not in sync. So what we do is we have to change the color. Come to the color section and then change the color to what we have and change the color. That's it. The colors right now are uniform. So we want to add a link. We want to add the download link. So let's assume this is the download link. Come to the link section. This chain represents a link. This chain represents a link. So you come here, paste. Now you have to be very, very careful in this section. Why you have to be very careful is because if you don't add the HTTP in Brizy, if you do not add the HTTP in Brizy, it won't recognize your file. So you have to do not forget, any link you add to the section has to have the HTTP right in front of it this way. Yes, once you have it this way, it's going to be recognized. So you add a link, that's it. What's left now, we need to add an image to this file. So you click on the image, you click on the image section, click on the image. Yep, takes us here. So we can either select from an already existing image or we go to upload files. But if you have a picture on your desktop, you just click select files and then you locate it. But let's just assume we're going to use an existing picture. So we use the existing picture, click on select, and here we go. That's it, we have it right there. Now, if you're not satisfied with the positioning or the alignment of the picture, you can always adjust it right here. You know, this picture is kind of bogus, kind of large, but it's just a dummy page. Most of the time, we have to like edit the image in the picture editor before bringing it into Brizy. But right now, as we have it, we just playing around. So yeah, that's what it is. Right here, same thing. You want to click on the image, click on this, then click on an already existing photo like this one. And yeah, just as I said, if you're not satisfied with the alignment, you play with it right there. So add a link, paste. Do not forget HTTP. HTTP. It must be included in your link. Update. Now you want to preview that. And let's hope that we have our new, yeah, you have it right here. So that's it. We have it up here. Successfully uploaded. Edit was successful. That's that with the free stuff page. Now we're going to the shop. For the shop, come right here, the dashboard, look for the product, all products. It takes us to the all products where you can see where we can view all our products in it. If you want to add a new product to the shop, what you simply do is add new. So you click on add new. Yes, we're adding a new product. So that's it, add new product. So it takes us right there. What's the name of the product? Let's say marriage tips for marriage tips. So we're gonna have to fill some options. The price, you have a price here. What's your regular price? Let's say the regular price is 50,000 naira. But let's assume you're doing sales, so you wanna tell them, oh, the price is 50,000 naira, but right now I'm doing 80%, 90% off. So right now you can pay 10,000 naira. So sale price is gonna be 10,000 naira. We're just assuming 10,000 naira. So let's go down and see. Yeah, that's all you have to fill so far. And you have to do one or two things too. You need to add the product image so when they view your shop, they can see the image of the product you want to sell. So set product image, yeah. We can use an already existing image. If you have an image that you can use on your computer, laptop, you can always go into upload files. But let's assume we want to use an already existing image like this one. Click this, set product image, and that's that. That's the product image for your product. So click on publish. So that when you click on the view products, it's it. You'll find your product right here. It's simple. If you go to the shop, it's gonna feature right here. So you can see my receipts right here. 10,000 naira, still 50,000 naira official price. So that's that. Or so you wanna I wanna show you how to the last thing I wanna show you is I want you to know how to update your plugins, right? So you're gonna come into we have to go to the dashboard right now, dashboard, plugins, click on install plugins. And what we want to do is you want to update plugins. So for example, this one needs an update. So what we do is you click on update. If they're more than one, if it's more than one, more than two, you can always select all or and uncheck the ones that you don't want to update, right? But yeah, you know, check the ones that you don't want to update. Then you click the ones you want to update, and then you click on bulk action. So you have it here. You want to update them, you want to activate, deactivate all at once. But right now it's just one plugin showing. So what we do is we uncheck the rest and click on just the one we want to update. And what you do, you click on update now, and it's updated. And see this one also needs an update. So also click on this, update, updated, updating, updated, successful. So you successfully updated your plugins. So that's that for this tutorial. I hope you've been able to get the objectives of this tutorial, which is one, out of edit pages in Brizy. We've successfully updated the podcast page. We've successfully updated the free stuff page, and we've successfully edited the shop page. You've added a product to your shop, and I hope in the next tutorial we'll be able to show you how to do a whole lot of other things in the breezy plugin, but for now, this is it. And you've also learned how to update your plugins. It's pretty simple. Brizy is a drag and drop situation. As I said earlier, it's a drag and drop situation. You've I hope you've learned how to um, edit the section as a whole, and you've also learned how to edit the column in the row. You can edit the column in the row. You can edit the whole section if you want. The background, the fonts, the colors, and the rest of it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed uh, teaching teaching you. So catch you in the next tutorial. Bye.